Did Palantir dev actually leaked something very important? A new tweet from the Palantir architect creating waves. The price of the stock yesterday did something unbelievable. The charts were all green, but today, this is even more important for the stock. The next couple of days are going to be massive for the company. Institutional investors are all over the place, loading up for something truly insane. But what is actually happening? And why are half of the internet excited today? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Wow, what a day for Palantir. The stock is absolutely on fire, climbing to nearly $80. That's insane. This is huge, especially considering how the market's been struggling for the past few days. It felt like everything was just dragging down, but now we're finally seeing some signs of life. Palantir's jump today could be a spark that hints at a broader recovery. It's like a breath of fresh air after a gloomy streak. Super encouraging to see things turning around. And let me tell you, this has the community absolutely buzzing with excitement. People are sharing their wins, hyping up the momentum, and just soaking in the good vibes. Speaking of hype, there's something else adding fuel to the fire. One of Palantir's architects just dropped a couple of cryptic tweets, and they're definitely stirring up the pot. In one tweet, they simply said, "Time to build," and then followed it up with, "I am excited about what we have planned. It's going to be a lot of fun." I mean, that's got to mean something big is on the horizon, right? It's like they're teasing us, and the timing couldn't be more perfect. And here's where it gets even more exciting. The recent tweet from Palantir's chief architect, Chad Walquist, has generated considerable excitement across both investors and the tech community. While this looks simple at first, the message seems to hint at significant developments on the horizon, especially given the context of Palantir's recent strategic moves. So, what could it be? Well, let's try to analyze the message and come with a conclusion. Palantir has been positioning itself as a key player in AI-driven defense and government contracts. Recent reports highlighted that the company is in talks with OpenAI and SpaceX to form a consortium aimed at bidding on U.S. defense projects. This collaboration signals a shift in how traditional government contracts could be awarded, with AI and autonomous technologies playing a more central role. Palantir's involvement suggests a broader push to challenge the dominance of established defense contractors by offering cutting-edge, AI-powered solutions. The company's focus on expanding its platform capabilities is another important factor. The introduction of the Ontology Software Development Kit reflects Palantir's strategy to make its products more developer-friendly. Now looking through it, the reference to building in Walquist's tweet could suggest further enhancements in this area, potentially aimed at creating a more open ecosystem around Palantir's platforms. Taking all of this into account, the time to build message seems to reinforce several ongoing themes we've observed. Palantir is actively positioning itself for the next phase of technological evolution, with AI at the core of its strategy. And this might just be the tip of the iceberg, because as we all knew, there's already been this massive analysis floating around predicting that Palantir could hit $101.64. When that news first came out, the community went wild for a while. And now, with today's price surge and these intriguing tweets, people are wondering, could this be the confirmation we've been waiting for? Palantir has been making serious moves lately, from their innovative software developments to their growing list of partnerships. Maybe these tweets are hinting at something game-changing, like a new product, a groundbreaking deal, or even an expansion into a new sector. Whatever it is, the buzz feels electric. A soaring stock price, cryptic tweets, and high-profile predictions. It's hard not to feel like something major is about to happen. Palantir seems to be gearing up for something big, and the market's starting to take notice. Regardless of what's coming next, this is truly exciting. But of course, not everyone's on the hype train. While some are celebrating, others are a bit more skeptical. A few folks think this whole rally might be a bubble just waiting to burst. And the main reason for this doubt is Palantir's pretty high valuation. One Twitter user even laid it out pretty bluntly, saying, "Palantir is up almost 6%. This is a bubble." They went on to explain that as much as they love the company itself, they can't get behind the stock. Why? Because the price-to-earning ratio is off the charts, around 400. That's wild, considering how typical price-to-earning ratios are much lower. This person argues that even if Palantir manages to grow its profits by 30% per year for the next decade, it would still be overvalued. So they're pretty doubtful about Palantir's stock performance in the next few years, thinking it might underperform as investors realize the stock isn't living up to the hype. Some see a bright future, but others are a bit more cautious, worried about the bubble bursting. Also, some people on Twitter are suggesting that this price rally might be nothing more than a chance for investors to cash out. They're pointing to Palantir's weak fundamentals as the reason behind their skepticism. Essentially, they believe that the stock's rise could just be a temporary blip, and once the hype fades, the reality of the company's financials will catch up. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite all the skepticism, some Twitter analysts are actually saying the opposite. They believe Palantir could be on track for something huge, like hitting a $1 trillion valuation by 2030. That's pretty mind-blowing, right? They argue that the company's potential for long-term growth far outweighs any short-term concerns, and they're betting big on Palantir's future. It's a bold prediction, but it's got people talking. And with all this analysis in mind, it actually starts to make sense why some are predicting that Palantir could hit $101.64. Given the company's potential for massive growth in the long term and the excitement around its future, the stock's recent surge doesn't feel out of place. Right now, Palantir seems to be in a solid position, innovating and attracting attention from investors. Looking back, it's clear that the times are indeed very interesting for Palantir, especially considering what one analyst shared on Twitter. He called Palantir the sleeping giant of AI, and for good reason. The company already dominates government contracts with Gotham, and it's trusted by heavyweights like the Department of Defense and NATO. Plus, their commercial growth is picking up steam, with Foundry scaling across various industries. And to top it off, the company is now profitable, with massive AI tailwinds pushing it forward. All of this ties back to why Palantir's current rise in price might just be the beginning. With its strong position in both the government and commercial sectors, plus the AI revolution, the company looks like it's ready to take off even more in the coming years. In fact, institutional investors are already making their moves today. One of them, Franchise Capital, just bought nearly $3.6 million worth of Palantir stock. According to their most recent filing with the SEC, the firm purchased almost 48,000 shares of Palantir in the fourth quarter. This now makes Palantir around 1.7% of Franchise Capital's portfolio, placing it as the 10th largest position in their holdings. This is a huge signal that big investors are seeing potential in Palantir and are willing to put their money where their mouth is. With major investors backing Palantir, it only adds more confidence to the idea that the company could continue to rise in value, especially as it's positioned so well in the growing AI and big data space. Despite all the FUD and hate from the shorts, people aren't backing down. They're staying hopeful because, for them, Palantir always manages to surprise its investors. One Twitter user even put it in a funny way, saying that Palantir is like that ex-girlfriend you just can't stop thinking about. You think she's gone, then boom, right back into my heart. It's a perfect analogy for Palantir's unpredictable nature. Just when people think the stock might cool off or hit a rough patch, it springs back, surprising everyone with its resilience. Whether it's the recent price surge, cryptic tweets, or major institutional investments, Palantir has a knack for keeping its investors on their toes. Also looking at the long term, it's clear that Palantir is here to stay. We're about to enter the AI era, and Palantir is perfectly positioned to dominate the market. One Twitter post summed it up perfectly, saying that Palantir isn't just an AI software company externally. It's also using AI internally to power its own growth. This is something that a lot of people miss, but it's one of the reasons why Palantir is so dangerous to its competition. The post also shared a powerful quote from CEO Alex Karp, where he says, "Our goal is to accelerate product development. Palantir is a game changer because it's the first company to figure out how to rapidly iterate and build using AI. This gives them a massive edge in the tech world and makes them a company to watch closely." It's easy to see why investors are so excited. With the AI revolution just beginning, and Palantir being one of the leaders in the field, the potential for growth is through the roof. The company's ability to innovate quickly and leverage AI both internally and externally puts it in a prime position to be a major player in the coming years. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money. So, don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.